aking paborito, at ikaw lang ang lagi na kasama ko. My favorite music radio, FMR. Favorite music radio,
FMR, Favorite Music Radio.
Alamin natin ang mga programa at aktibidades ng mga kinatawan sa pamumuno ni Speaker Ferdinand Martin FMR Romualdez, Kamara, House of the People. Tuwing Sabado, alas 6 hanggang alas 7 ng umaga at replays tuwing Linggo, alas 6 hanggang alas 7 ng gabi. Dito lang sa FMR Quezon 94.3, ang inyong favorite music radio.
Session resumed. Now to continue the discussions on the budget for the Public Works and Highways, we now go to the majority. Session resumed. Now to continue the discussions on the budget for the Public Works and Highways, we now go to the majority. I call on, next on the list is Representative Bambi Emano. If you're not around, we will go to the next one. Representative Lordan Suwan, not around. We'll go to Representative Christian Unabia, not being around. We'll go to the next. Mark Go, next. Majority Leader J.J. Suarez, who is beside me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, Secretary. Good afternoon to the DPWH family. Sec, I just wanted to find out from the DPWH perspective, what relationship does the department have when it comes to local government units?
Well, Your Honor, local governments, for as long as yung local projects are concerned, no? Local governments, siyempre yung local projects that will be turned over to the local governments, we initially coordinate with local governments, Your Honor. For example, Your Honor, if there is a water supply project in a barangay, we coordinate with the barangay where it is located so that at the end of the day, when it is completed, then we will have to turn it over to the local government for operation and maintenance, Your Honor. These types of projects are the ones that are being coordinated with local governments, Your Honor. So mostly, the coordination at that level is actually for local infrastructure, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The reason why I asked is because I remember there was a budgetary process wherein we follow yung top to bottom, where we seek approval from the Provincial Development Council up to the Regional Development Council, and these projects are to be determined in the National Development Plan. However, based on what I've seen for my district, Mr. Chairman, those that were approved in the provincial and in the regional level were not reflected in the National Development Plan.
Mr. Chairman, the process of prioritization of the projects, particularly even for the core program of the department, as I understand, it has to go through the scrutiny, of course, and endorsement of the Regional Development Council. And I think that in the process, I think the local governments are actually being consulted in the process, Your Honor.
Because, this is the pure essence of democracy, where, we were able to get the sentiment of the people from the locals that elevated, and we can manifest their priority projects in the district level. So yun lang po yung isang concern ko. Yung second concern ko, Mr. Chair, is the determination of allocations per district. How does the department determine this?
Your Honor, The allocation of the budget of the department is basically based on a formula that we have presented to the leadership at the beginning of the formulation of the 2023 budget in July when we came in. And this is a parametric formula that involves 7 parameters, actually, Your Honor. And this will involve actually land area, population, regional contribution to GDP, scarcity of infrastructure, vulnerability to calamities, the implementation of projects over the years and things like this. So there are 7 parameters, Your Honor, that we consider in this formula. It's an algorithmic formula, and we came up with the baseline allocation for each of the legislative district, Your Honor.
Is it possible, Mr. Chairman, to get a copy of the formula being utilized by the DPWH for the determination of allocations per district?
Yes, Your Honor. It's available anytime, Your Honor. We can furnish the committee the formula. And how it is
With
derived.
regards to the utilization of the formula, Mr. Chair, was this formula DBCC approved and accredited, or was it within department derived formula?
This is a formula that we proposed to the leadership, Your Honor, in the formulation of the 2023 budget allocation, Your Honor.
So therefore, it's a legislated formula.
I don't think it is a legislated formula, Your Honor, but it is in principle agreed upon that we have to use it, actually, Your Honor. Because you remember at one point in time, Your Honor, when I assumed office in the department, I consulted with the leadership at that point in time how you would wish actually the resources of the department would be allocated, because it was an instructions to me by no less than the President that in a cabinet meeting at that time to equitably allocate the resources of the government, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, the reason why I stress these points is because as representative of the 2nd District of Quezon Province, being the most economically vibrant district, having the biggest population, having a number of highways traversing my district, kung titignan po natin yung mga qualifications na binanggit, kasama na rin yung flood-prone at saka may mga areas po kung below sea level. So I just wanted to make sure that what the formula is just equitably equates to the allocation per district. So given that the formula will be submitted to this representation, is it also possible, Mr. Chair, that we seek a copy of the implementation of the formula based on the respective districts in all implementing districts of the country?
Yes, you will comply, Your Honor, to provide through the committee the allocation formula that we have used, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. On to my next point, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I'm quite concerned for 2024. Ang dami pong bagyong tumama sa bansa natin. Maraming mabibigat ang ulan na naramdaman ng malaking bahagi ng ating bansa. At kapansin-pansin po ang kalagayan ng ating mga lansangan. Lumalaki po yung mga potholes at mga repairs na kailangan gawin. Unfortunately, looking at the 2024 funding for road maintenance and repair, very minimal po yung amount na inallocate ng DPWH. So paano po natin matitiyak ang maayos na pagbiyahe ng ating mga biyahero sa ating mga lansangan? Kumalit po ang pondong inalaan para po sa pagsasaayos at pagre-repair ng ating mga lansangan.
Your Honor, well, it is true that, over the years, there has been minimal allocation for maintenance, and this is the reason why many of the condition of the roads is actually increasingly deteriorating, actually, Your Honor. But hopefully in 2024, we have allocated a reasonable amount to move forward in the maintenance program of the department, Your Honor. So, for 2024, I think we have allocated a total of more than 16 billion pesos for 2024 maintenance program as compared to what we now have in the department for 2023, which is only about 1.6 billion, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, kung doon po sa ni-request niyo sa DBM, magkano po ang hiningi ninyo para sa road maintenance?
Yung hiningi po namin for 2023, Your Honor, for the maintenance and other operation expenses namin sana, in our National Expenditure Program proposal in 2023 was about 25.5 billion pesos. No? 25.5 billion pesos. That includes the routine maintenance, the maintenance of flood control facilities, and other public buildings, and maintenance for equipment and things like this related to maintenance and operating expenses. That was in 2023. But what was actually approved out of the 25 billion actually proposal was only 6.8 billion pesos. And for the routine maintenance allocation here, which is actually 14.6 billion, at the time, I think what was released, Your Honor, I'm sorry, but it is 1.8 billion, Your Honor.
So given that situation, Mr. Chair, it is the position of this humble representation that if there is any chance that the budget of the DPWH be increased for 2024, may this increase be seen in the maintenance allocation for the department so that the repair and maintenance of our existing highways mapakinabangan naman po ng ating mamamayan. So in this proper time and place, I will put my motion forward for this increase, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Your Honor.
With that being said, Mr. Chair, that's all I have for DPWH. Maraming salamat, Secretary Manny Bonoan.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Representative Suarez. Now we go back to the minority. We now recognize Deputy Minority Leader Stephen James Tan. He's around. You go to the next. Representative Reynolds Michael Tan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and good afternoon to the DPWH Secretary and the rest of the department. First of all po, I would like to show you some pictures lang po of the Samar-Maharlika Highway kasi I know kanina natanong na po ni Minority Leader yung tungkol sa Maharlika Highway. And just to give you an idea of what we are talking about and why we are very passionate about this road. So please, may few pictures lang po ako na ipapakita on the monitor. For the meantime po na wala pa yung pictures. Mr. Secretary, I would like to clarify lang sana regarding dun sa tinanong ni Minority Leader, tapos nabanggit niyo po kanina na this would be a big project. Ito na po pala yung picture. So, this is the current state of the Maharlika Highway ng Samar. So, if you can observe, 2 lanes lang po yung Maharlika Highway namin, majority of that, and it is riddled with potholes po. So, next picture please. Ito po yung another segment of that. Recent po to na pictures. Siguro yung next picture, yan din po yung mga current state po. So, I know that the Secretary is already well aware of this, and gusto ko lang po ipakita din para po maunawaan sana ng iba din naming kasamahan dito sa Kongreso kung ano po ba yung pinaglalaban namin ng buong summer block. Kasi ito po talaga yung worsening condition ng roads, and we're very happy that the Secretary has made commitments para po sa pagpapaayos ng Maharlika Highway, including yung para sa next year na pondo. So relevant to the question kanina ni Minority Leader, itatanong ko lang po sana, kung assuming po, Secretary, na meron na tayong, di ba may planong ginagawa for the Maharlika Highway and its complete rehabilitation. Tapos you said na parang next year, yun yung finalization ng plano, and hopefully by 2025, makapag-start na. Tama po ba yun na 2025 yung pag-start, hopefully, nung mas bigger funds na ipropose either from foreign assisted? Is it correct?
That is the plan, Your Honor, and I would like to confirm that this is the implementation period that we are looking at to implement the rehabilitated and widened Maharlika Highway in Samar, Your Honor. And I'm very happy, Your Honor, that you have shown some of the pictures actually in Samar. And I would just like to make mention that the condition of the roads in Samar is just what the result of the low maintenance allocation that we have had in the department. And this is what we are trying to overcome over the years. For the Samar project, Your Honor, I think the priority for 2024 is to rehabilitate the deteriorated sections muna, so that it will be motorable, at least the existing pavement. But the bigger program will come after we have actually finalized our negotiations with the Asian Development Bank, I think within the year, and hopefully we can actually implement the detailed engineering design, and by 2025, that is the plan, actually, that we will start actually the full rehabilitation of Daang Maharlika in that area, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Secretary. We look forward to that, Secretary, kasi as kanina, as you've seen in the pictures, grabe talaga yung road condition, and we are talking about the carriageway, hindi to yung mga widened part. So yung sira talaga is yung gitna, and dalawa lang din naman yung road doon kasi nasa gitna lang talaga, hindi pa naman widened yung Maharlika Highway in Samar. So thank you, Secretary, for your commitment, and we look forward to that. So may question din po ako regarding naman sa nakita ko sa NEP with regards to evacuation centers. Nakita ko po that there are lump sum allocations for each region. I just cannot recall the exact amount per region. So is that correct po na may lump sum allocation for evacuation centers in each region?
Yes, Your Honor. This is a continuing program for the implementation of evacuation centers, Your Honor. So I think the program is that we need to construct the evacuation centers in public areas and hopefully in every province, Your Honor.
Considering po na lump sum allocation siya per region, how is it being allocated per province or per district? Kailan po malalaman kung saan siya i-implement na lugar?
We have tasked actually our regional offices to look into the locations and for one thing, Your Honor, kung saan pa yung walang evacuation centers, and this will be the given priority. Kasi I understand that the department over the years have already constructed several evacuation centers, in many provinces. So the priorities would be in those areas na wala pa pong evacuation centers. And we have tasked already the regional offices and the district engineers to collaborate and identify where the new evacuation centers will be implemented, Your Honor.
Kasi yung na-observe ko po is pare-parehas ng allocation per region regardless of size of region, how many provinces there are in that region, or how many districts there are. So, given na pare-parehas siya, parang I feel na parang hindi siya equitably distributed din considering na yung mga factors na mention ko po. So, how do we go about it in the next years na para maging equitably distributed talaga siya?
Yes, Your Honor, because we know that there are still many more that we need to marami pa yung evacuation centers that we have to undertake. So, for 2024, it was most a decision process that for the time being, we have allocated in equal amounts muna. Per region, but we know that the amounts that we have allocated will not even be sufficient to cover everything in 2024. So tuloy-tuloy po yung program until we find actually the actual inventory of how much we will need eventually in 2025 and the years to come. Palagi ko po for 2025, it will be more, hindi na po equal, but actual requirements mo per region na po ang allocation natin.
Sino po ba, since nasa region po siya, who will decide kung saan mapupunta na lugar yung mga evacuation centers na ito?
Ikukuhan po natin sa regional, we have tasked, sabi ko nga po kanina, Your Honor, we have tasked our regional directors and the district engineering offices actually to coordinate and collaborate on how to identify yung mga where the evacuation centers will be located po. We would like to emphasize that in the process, ang priorities will be in areas where are the vulnerable to climate change, yung mga effects of typhoons, and yung mga ganun po, yung vulnerability to calamities. Yang unahin muna na lalagyan kung wala pa po.
Thank you, Secretary. I really hope na matutukan talaga ng pansin na maibigay talaga siya sa pinaka mas nangangailangan kasi as I've mentioned, yung parang kakarampot lang po yung pondo na yan, and I don't think na it will be enough para nga sa even one per district in Region 8. I don't think it would be enough for that. So kasi di ba parang yung mga evacuation centers, I think cost like mga 40 million ata, kung di ako nagkakamali, per each. So, parang I don't think na it would be enough na mabigyan nga per district kahit tigi-isa lang. So anyway, I would like to thank the Secretary for your continuous support sa Samar, and we look forward po dun sa pagpapaganda ng Maharlika Highway. So thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Representative Tan. Now, for the majority, because apparently, bumalik po si Representative Christian Umabia. You are now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and good afternoon. Good afternoon to the DPWH family. Now, to go directly to my concern, Mr. Chair, I have here a copy of the 57 minutes and 32 seconds video clip of the President's message during the President's visit, situation briefing on the effects of shear line in Hingoog City and the province of Misamis Oriental last January 11, 2023, which was personally attended by the good Secretary of DPWH. But due to the interest of time, we will be playing a 3-minute short clip. So please play the video first, Mr. Chair. Can I request?
Immediately repaired because hindi man makadaan yung mga residences. Like mo, we have 5 barangays na kung hindi ma-repair yung spillways, they cannot pass during heavy rains.
Ano bang may band-aid solution ba tayo for at least for temporarily para madaanan? Itaas lang ng level of somehow.
Mr. President, we are actually in the process of procuring yung, you recall, meron ho tayo kasi yung modular bridging materials before.
That's what I was thinking of.
And this is what we are trying to procure now, Mr. President. So
Pero we have it available to us already.
Wala pa, sir. Magpapa.
When are we going to get it?
We are in the process of discussions with the
Kung matagal pa yan. In the meantime, how do we allow the kahit na foot traffic lang muna?
yes, sir. Kahit footbridge.
Na doon sa mga spillway. Bago natin maayos yung spillway, paano natin gagawin para meron madaanan ng tao?
Well, titingin po kami ng another diversion po siguro, Mr. President, para may
Maghanap ka ng ibang tao.
Mr. President?
Yes.
Yeah, we know the terrain of every municipality here, no? So kung hanap tayo ng terrain, as mentioned by Secretary Manuel, medyo mahirap, malaki ang trabaho. So we'll be discussing this with the district office and the regional office of DPWH para to know the cost of the immediate repair of the dikes. Hindi pwede foot traffic lang, Mr. President, kay we have to carry the goods ng mga residences of that particular barangays.
What do we usually do? Pagka yung mga spillway, mag-aantay lang tayo hanggang maayos ulit.
Hinantay namin bumaba yung tubig, Mr. President.
Kaya nga, we have to wait until... Yun ang marami rito, weather permitting. That's the problem that we're having now because the rain doesn't... Parang ang forecast, hindi pa yata matitigil ito for a while. So, kaya nga, that's why I'm thinking of interim lang, kahit na basta madaanan kahit papano. I don't know, we'll have to put a pathway of some kind. Pero pagka lumaki na naman yung tubig, tangay na naman yan.
Sir, good afternoon po ulit. As of yesterday po, we had our briefing and during our damage assessment po, meron na pong assessment ang DPWH through our district engineer kung ano po yung dapat gagawin for the province of Misamis Oriental po. It was being presented po and subject to submission sa region and to be endorsed po sa central office din po through Secretary Bonoan po.
Well, once it gets to the Secretary's desk, I'm sure that we will prioritize this.
Yes po.
It is a repair. Okay, and then...
During the said briefing, Mr. Chair, His Excellency President Bongbong Marcos expressed his concern that he wants immediate action to the flood-hit areas in the province of Misamis Oriental brought about by the shear line thunderstorm. Mr. Chair, I would like to ask the good secretary from the DPWH, do you take the President's marching orders seriously?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Now, may this representation know the status and action taken by the DPWH on this matter since 8 months na po ang lumipas?
Your Honor, after the visit in Misamis Oriental, we have tasked actually our regional offices to consolidate and look into the damages brought about by shear line at that time. There was a consolidation of projects that have been submitted, and at the time, as early as February, Your Honor, in February this year, Your Honor, we have been able to identify some of the immediate projects needing rehabilitation due to the shear line, and there are many flood control projects that were released funds amounting to 183.6 million pesos, Your Honor, for the immediate rehabilitation of some of these projects, Your Honor.
That is for next year,
This
Mr.
year.
Chair? This year?
Yes, Your Honor.
Saan po nakikita natin, Mr. Chair?
I have the list actually of the projects, Your Honor, that has been released funds for.
Can I ask a copy from the good secretary, Mr. Chair, regarding the release? O anong status na po, together with the status of those projects, Mr. Chair?
Yes, Your Honor, we can furnish the good congressman a copy of the status of the implementation of the rehabilitation of damaged sections, Your Honor. This was released out of the quick response fund, actually, of the department, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary, itanong ko lang kung ano po talaga yung total damage na flood controls dikes na nangyari during that time na sinubmit galing from the assessment of the district office of the first district of Misamis Oriental.
Well, honestly, Your Honor, I don't have the copy of that assessment, but certainly we can provide the good congressman a copy of the total assessment, Your Honor.
Maybe we can ask the regional office because I'm sure I've heard the district engineer submitted to the region.
Yes, Your Honor, I think.
Then can we hear from the regional director herself?
Is the regional director present?
Your Honor, I have been given a copy of the assessment made by the district through the regional office, a total amount of 3.37 billion pesos, Your Honor.
Now, may I ask, Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary, bakit po 180 million lang po yung na-fund?
Your Honor, upon assessment, Your Honor, because it looks like what has been submitted is a reconstruction and a new projects that are being that are being proposed, Your Honor. What we have prioritized are actually the restoration of damages, Your Honor. So this has been vetted out. For example, Your Honor, here is a project that was requested for flood control project in Balatucan, Barangay, Misamis Oriental, which is amounting to 150 million pesos, Your Honor. This is already a capital program for a new project, Your Honor. We consider this not as a restoration program at this point in time, Your Honor. We are talking of the restoration program as been directed by the President because of the damages brought about by the calamity, Your Honor. These projects, unfortunately, have been the entire amount of new projects that had been submitted, Your Honor, amounting to 3.37 billion, Your Honor.
So may I ask the region kung bakit yan po yung sinubmit ng district office? Bakit po sila gumawa ng new construction po?
Your Honor, if with your permission, may I ask the regional director to respond?
Yes, please.
Yes. Regional director is now recognized.
Thank you, Your Honor. I am Sinaida Tan, the Regional Director of DPW's Region 10.
Good afternoon, RD.
Magandang hapon po. Regarding po dun sa project submitted by the District Office, as per request of, a personal request of then Governor Peter Onabia and Congressman Onabia, and it was instructed to us by Secretary
Excuse me,
for
excuse me.
evaluation.
Request
We
from
evaluate-
request from
the district.
my office po?
Yes. That copy was yung pumunta po kayo doon sa central office, and then it was endorsed to us by Secretary Bunuan for evaluation. And when we evaluated those listed projects amounting to 3-point-something billion, those projects belongs to category ng construction, and there were only about 2 projects na nag-fall under rehabilitation. Kasi nga, yung sinabi ni Secretary, there are projects na worth 150 million, karamihan. And also those projects will not qualify the requirements under our Department Order number 243 for the request of quick response funds, wherein nakastipulate po doon na kailangan po ay rehabilitation or repair lang, and it's not new construction. And besides, some of those projects are under local government's jurisdiction, hindi po under sa mandate ng Department of Public Works and Highways.
So meaning po, hindi po maka-fund yung central office ng local infrastructure projects? Mr. Secretary, Mr. Chair, how about po yung sinasubmit namin na local infrastructure projects which is funded from your office?
May I respond, Your Honor? Well,
Yes, go ahead,
Your Honor,
Mr.
for
Secretary.
local infrastructure projects, for as long as in the category of the menu that we have already furnished Congress that we have to follow, then I think it can be incorporated into the budget of your legislative district, Your Honor.
Yes, also, Mr. Chair, regarding po the statement of using a quick response fund, wala naman pong sinabi si President BBM regarding the use of quick response fund. Kasi ang sabi po niya, to do the assessments first, to know what should be done, how much is the damage, and to know how will the damage be repaired that was hit by the shear line. So hindi po natin pinag-uusapan yung quick response fund po. Maybe some other programs you have, you can fund those damage by the shear line.
May I respond, Your Honor? Yes, Your Honor, if you will recall, actually what we have discussed during the visit of the President is to immediately repair actually what the damages brought about by the shear line phenomenon. And this is what we have done actually to look into what actually were the damages at that time, Your Honor. So, a quick response fund is just the source that we have that was immediately available at that time. So this is what we are saying, that we have allocated 183 million at that time, as early as February, to repair actually what were the damages brought about by shear line, Your Honor.
Thank you. So,
Please wrap up.
yes, I would just like to ask a copy of that
180.
funded projects, Mr. Chair. And that would be all, Mr. Secretary, Regional Director. Thank you. Thank you.
We will
Thank you.
comply, Your Honor. We will furnish the Honorable Congressman a copy of the quick response fund allocation for Misamis Oriental, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Now, on the part of the minority, the chair recognizes Representative Dagoc.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, everyone, especially to Secretary and the rest of DPWH family. Mr. Secretary, this is a prevailing issue. Even before you become the Secretary of the DPWH, the problem of electric cooperatives are the payment of relocation. Nasa gitna na po ng daan yung mga poste. And I have seen in your budget that there is a substantial increase in the STO where the amount for right-of-way will be taken. Tama po ba yung observation ko, Mr. Secretary? Your Honor,
The this is a little issue with regard to the relocation of electric poles in many of the national roads. I have discussed this with our legal department, and yes, indeed, there has been some allocations and that we have already allocated for the relocation of the street poles. But we continue to discuss this with the National Electrification Administration and the Department of Energy on how we can resolve some of the pending issues, actually, because there are issues with the costings, Your Honor, as I understand, with the concessionaires. And we continue to discuss this, Your Honor, because it's no less than the President has called my attention about the of the electric poles that are still in the middle of the roads, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary, can you cite what is that or what are those specific issues that you are contemplating, Mr. Chair?
One of the major issues that we are trying to discuss, Your Honor, is that whenever they are going to relocate their post, they want the national government to assume the disturbance, the interruption cost of the relocation, the interruption cost of relocation of the electric lines, Your Honor. The other thing is,
Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary, that is a non-issue, no? Just stick to the different joint circulars, joint circular number 1, 2, and 3, between the Department of Energy and the DPWH, because those circulars are in accordance with Section 16 of Republic Act 10531. Wala po doong nakalagay na magbabayad kayo sa, ang tinatawag mo pong disturbance, yan po yung economic cost or revenue loss, kasi we are talking of already energized line. Pag ginalaw mo po yan, magkaroon po ng interruption dyan, nawawala ng revenue. That is out of the question. We are not under the joint circular, hindi po kayo magbabayad yan. That's why, under joint circular number 1, Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary, magbabayad muna kayo ng 50% doon sa cost. Ang magdetermine naman ng cost, National Electrification Administration. Kasi sila yung nakakaalam doon sa actual cost ng linya. Kahit mataas yung cost ng co-op, ang babayaran lang ninyo kung ano yung sasabihin niya. That's why there is a 50% para makabili ng materyales, maggawa ng panibagong linya. Hindi mo na galawin yung energized linya. Then after that, kung nandyan na yung linya, ay saka natin ilipat para hour na lang yung pinag-usapan. Wala pong sinisingil na revenue loss, Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary.
yes, Your Honor, I think we completely agree with the premise of the good congressman. But in actual discussions with concessionaires, they continue to insist on this premise of, shouldering the cost of disturbance, Your Honor.
Or can we get a copy? Can I get a copy of the electric cooperatives that are asking for that, Mr. Chair?
Absolutely. Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, we can furnish the good congressman a copy of that.
Kindly give me a copy. No, I will call the attention of those electric cooperatives. We should stick, Mr. Secretary, to the joint circular issued by DOA and DPWH.
Yes, Your Honor.
So with that, Mr. Secretary, I will be submitting to your office. Hindi kasi tinatanggap kanina. Akala siguro yung pinasubmit ng staff ko, akala project. Hindi po ako nanghihingi ng project, Mr. Secretary. Ang hinihingi ko po, bayad ng relocation. So I hope na tatanggapin nyo na yung ano namin so that we can reconcile the quantity of poles for the whole country for the 121 electric cooperatives and the amount. Ako mismo in my electric cooperative, alam to ni Director Paul, no, ni Director De Los Riz, tapos na po kami pero hindi pa po kami nabayaran. Nirelocate na lang namin because Siargao is a tourist destination. Ayaw namin na may mga turista madisgrasya. So, on our own, nirelocate namin. Ang utang na lang kami sa niya ng pundo. I hope we can settle that. Never mind those, yung mga, that is not found, that is not provided in the circulars, yung bayad sa interruptions. So, then, may mga opisina pa rin tayo, Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary. This is not about relocation. Talagang electric bill ng mga opisina ninyo, mga 5 million as of June, no? I think more than 10 electric cooperatives. Ibigay na lang namin yung kopya para hindi mapahiya yung mga district engineers na nandito. Bakit hindi nyo binabayaran? Nasa budget naman ninyo yung utilities. Very simple lang yung issue ko, Mr. Secretary. I think we can settle this for the best interest of our country, of the motorist. No? Thank you, Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary.
Your Honor,
Go ahead.
ngayon pa lang nagpapasalamat po kami with your advocacy na tutulungan po nyo kami on this issue on relocating poles, Your Honor. Thank you so much. And
Salamat din po kung masitol natin within this year because this is an annual issue of mine. Para next time, hindi na ako mag-aatin ng budget briefing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oo nga pala. No? Thank you very much. Now we go back to the majority. The chair recognize. Let me just go through these names, although I don't see them here. I just have to read their names for formality. Representative Franz Pumaren was not here. Representative Erwin Tulfo, who's not here. Now we recognize our very good friend and passionate Representative Rufus Rodriguez.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. A pleasant good afternoon to the officialdom of the Department of Public Works and Highways, led by its exemplary secretary, a good friend of Mindanao, a good friend of Cagayan de Oro City. He was already, in my first term, 2007, he was already undersecretary, and he gave us a lot of projects in Cagayan de Oro City. Secretary Manny Bonoan, welcome to the halls of Congress. Yusek Cathy Cabral, Yusek Azadain, my good friends from way back, Yusek Pipo, Yusek Mutok, and Yusek Canlas, and Asek Hilye over there. And let me now acknowledge, Mr. Chairman, the outstanding Regional Director of Region 10, Regional Director Zenitan, and the Chief of Planning, Ben Calyao. Yan! So therefore, we are now complete. So, Mr. Chairman, first question. I thank the Honorable Secretary for taking time to meet us in a pre-conference of the political parties of our Congress. And in that particular meeting done 2 weeks ago, we threshed out a lot of issues, a lot of requests, not issues but requests. May I ask, Secretary, for my letter of August 11 on the erratum of the construction of access road leading to Amaya View, now go to Shrine of Guadalupe, 50 million, is that already errata, is that part already of the NEP?
These are...
The clock is still ticking. You see? I'm finished already. It's still ticking. Can you go back to 102? I immediately look at it. Can that be? You cannot reduce my number. When I stop, the clock stops. Can you go back to 102? Yan ang tama na time.
The chair will give you extra time, Your Honor. I will give you extra time, Your Honor. Don't worry.
Secretary.
Yes, Your Honor. I think we have received the request of the good congressman, and this will be submitted to the Committee on Appropriations, Your Honor.
Thank you for approving this. Second, the clock can start. Second, we have my erratum for August 11 from here. 145 million for pavement level studs. We all know that studs is a corrupt practice. The most corruption is in studs. I will not permit Cagayan de Oro Second District to have studs. Masyado. I don't know why we're still putting studs. 2007 pa ako, marami nag-approach sa akin, studs. Kasi dyan daw, malaki ang rebate dyan. So hindi ako pumayag. So I want the MVUC funds of 145 million to go to street lights, solar street lights. You have received my errata. Is this already included in the NEP? We do not accept studs in my district. No studs.
Yes, Your Honor, I think we have received it already. And let me point out, Your Honor, that the department, I have issued instructions that for 2024, we will no longer include solar studs in the road safety program of...
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Let's stop this practice of studs. After a few months, wala na, sira na. At saka maraming kalokohan dyan sa studs na yan. So, is my request to make it converted to street lights, which our highways would need. Has that been approved, Secretary?
Yes, Your Honor, but I just hope that the street lights that we are talking about will be given priority to national roads and the major traveled roads, Your Honor.
Thank you. My next question, on August 14, which you received at that pre-conference, I have requested to be able to implement the 30% for local infrastructure program, have more local program projects from 318 million to only 4 flood control structures at 159 million each. There are smaller rivers and smaller areas needing flood control and some infrastructure program. I have submitted, and you have received this together with Yusek Kathy. Has this been included as errata, Mr. Chairman?
If it is an errata, Your Honor, yes, I think we'll process it, Your Honor, to be incorporated in the final version of the National Expenditure Program, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. 3 consecutive correct answers of our outstanding Secretary. All correct. Now, Madam Chair, Mr. Chairman, we have here my letter for shear line. Shear line, meeting of the warm weather with the cold weather, bang! Floods, landslides, rising of sea levels. I sent this letter. Is this already okay? Only 180 million. Included already, Mr. Chairman, Secretary?
I think for the rehabilitation of damage due to shear line, Your Honor, we are tapping actually yung calamity funds that in order to finance, not in the regular program for 2024, but we will, since these are damages from shear line, we will tap it from the calamity funds, Your Honor.
In fact, I just talked to Secretary Gibo already, the same letter, and he is committed to give the 180 from the OCD. You just implement it, Secretary. Is that okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, 180 million for the shear line projects for Cagayan de Oro. Mr. Chairman, after all of these commitments of our Secretary, I am here on behalf of the City of Cagayan de Oro 2nd District to give our profuse thanks to the Secretary and the entire Department of Public Works for all the projects that is being given last year and this year. So I am now going to read now. We can also see the report of the Secretary. Their utilization fund is 99%. This is the best. This is the best department in our country. 99% January to December 2022. The best. Some are 40%, 50%. Then, from January to July, 93%. My goodness. So this is a department that we should always support, Mr. Chairman. Now I see, and I'm wondering, Mr. Chairman, a very good utilization, implementation of projects, and yet, from 2023 to 2024, there's a reduction, Mr. Chairman, of 72 billion. How can we do this to our Department of Public Works and Highways and to our congressmen? So therefore, Mr. Chairman, this will also show that we have an 8% decrease. Can you tell us, Secretary, why you were decreased?